Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. I hope by the grace of Almighty Allah, all of you are fine. I am Muhammad Shahjahan, Assistant Professor, Department of Accounting, Milestone College, Uttara, Dhaka. Dear student, today we will discuss on chapter 10 and chapter 10 is financial statement. Dear student, this is our 10th lecture from this chapter. Dear student, at the end of this lecture, you will be able to find the amount of gross profit or loss. You can prepare income statement. You can prepare a financial statement also. Dear student, you know this is 10th lecture. That means by this time we have discussed a lot about this chapter. I hope you know little about this chapter. Inshallah, after this lecture, you will be more clear about this chapter. Dear student, for this lecture we have taken a CQ from your main books. This is CQ 4. I hope all of you takes your copies, books, so that you can take the necessary notes and you can understand better. So, dear student, all of you take your books and open CQ 4 from your books. Let's come to the solution. Dear student, look at requirement A. Calculate the gross profit or loss from the above information. That means a trial balance is given here, and from this trial balance we have to find the amount of gross profit. And you know the formula of gross profit, dear student, I have discussed earlier. Net sales minus cost of goods sold equals to gross profit. Dear student, I repeat, net sales minus cost of goods sold equals to gross profit. Very beginning lecture, first, second, third lecture, all lecture I have discussed about this, how you can find net sales, how you can find out the cost of goods sold. So from net sales, if you subtract cost of goods sold, then you can find the gross profit. Dear student, look at the question. Sales, it is given here 3,25,000, 3,25,000, and look at second item, cost of goods sold also given here. So only subtraction. If you know the formula, if you can subtract with the help of calculator, then easily you can get these 2 marks. Look at 3,25,000 is your net sales, and cost of goods sold is 1,52,000. So 3,25,000 minus 1,52,000, then you will get 1,73,000. This is your answer, gross profit. Dear student, I repeat, the formula of gross profit is net sales minus cost of goods sold. Then you will find out the gross profit. Now next requirement. What is the next requirement? Look at prepare the statement of comprehensive income considering the gross profit 1,73,000. That means now gross profit, they have told that it is 1,73,000. We have also 1,73,000. The gross profit is given, so we have to prepare income statement. Dear student, you know that gross profit also a part of income statement. That means after gross profit we have to the rest of the income part of income statement. Dear student, how you can find the gross profit? Net sales minus cost of goods sold, and then gross profit. Then gross profit minus operating expenses equals to operating profit. Gross profit minus operating expenses, then it is operating profit. And from operating profit, if we add other income, then if we subtract other expense, then it will be net profit. Dear student, again I am telling the formula. What we have to do? At first you have to write the gross profit, total revenue. Then we have to subtract the operating expenses. Then what we will get? Operating profit. And from this operating profit we have to add other income and we have to subtract other expense. Dear student, look at in this math no other expense. That's why that portion is omitted here. So only operating profit, add other income. If there is any other expense, then we have to subtract that one also. So operating profit plus other income less other expense equals to net profit. Dear student, now come to the math. First I have written here total revenue, that means gross profit 1,73,000 less operating expense. Dear student, you know what is operating expense by this time. What is operating expense? To run the business, what are the expenses of that business, day-to-day expenses, that is operating expense. That means to operate the business, the expense occurred, that is operating expense. Dear student, it is of course indirect expenses because all the direct expenses are in cost of goods sold. Dear student, Look at the question now. Capital, it is not expense. Dear student, you know all expenses will be in the debit side. Another clue. All expenses will be debit side. No expenses will be in the credit side. In the credit side, we have only capital, owner's equity, liability. That will be in the credit side. So expense is debit side. So cost of goods sold, it is earlier I have written direct expenses. Then closing stock, it is asset. Sales, it is income. 10% investment, it is asset. Salary and honorarium, this is expense, and this is an operating expense. So this will be in the operating expense, 72,000. Then training allowance, this is also another operating expense. Commission, look at commission in debit side also, commission in credit side also. So this one is expense and this one is our income. Then discount receipt, it is income. Sunday creditors, it is liability. Look at the solution now, dear student. I have written here salary and honorarium. I have told you that it is operating expense. Due, where you get due? In the question I did not find. Look at in trial balance, there is no due. Look at the adjustment. Salary and honorarium due for 4 months. Due for 4 months. Dear student, you have to take your calculator right now. I am showing a calculation. Just press the button of your calculator, then you can find the solution. Due, salary and honorarium due for 4 months. Dear student, salary and honorarium dues for 4 months. That means whatever salary you have here, 72,000, it is for 8 months. It is for 8 months. Sir, how you know? Dear student, look at 4 month due. You know that in 1 year it is 12 months. If out of 12 months, 4 months is due, that means we receive for 8 months. Dear student, we receive for 8 months because 12 minus 4 it is 8. So if we receive for 8 months and for 8 months it is 72,000. So what will be the for 4 months? Dear student, 72,000, use your calculator, 72,000 divided by 8. That means you will get for 1 month, 72 divided by 8. Then you will get for 1 month. Then you have to multiply by 4. You have to multiply by 4. Then it will be 36,000. Dear student, look at 36,000 in the calculator. So we have to add due salary, then training allowance, earlier I have told, commission, then depreciation of furniture. This is also an adjustment item. Look at in the adjustment it is given charge depreciation 10% on furniture. If you cannot calculate it 10%, then look at, listen to me carefully, you can inshallah. Dear student, look at what is the amount of furniture. No furniture is given. I think this is a mistake of your question. Dear student, 10% depreciation of furniture. That means in the math we should have furniture of taka 1 lakh. Furniture of taka 1 lakh in the debit side. Furniture of taka 1 lakh in the debit side. That means in the book it is mistake. You have to write here the furniture value and it will be taka 1 lakh. It will be taka 1 lakh. Then 10% 1 lakh and 10% of 1 lakh equals to 10,000. 10% of 1 lakh equals to 10,000. So this 10,000 is depreciation of furniture. That means we have to calculate here we have to write furniture, maybe printing mistake, dear student. You of course you will write in your books furniture 10,000, furniture 1 lakh. Then 10% of 1 lakh is 10,000. This is depreciation of furniture because in the adjustment it is given 10% we have to charge. So there must be furniture in the math and I have calculated it and there is a 1 lakh taka difference. So it is furniture value and dear student. So below furniture 10,000 and so total amount of operating expense if you add 1 lakh 8,000, 18,800 and 7,200 and 10,000, it is 1 lakh 44,000. So we have to subtract it from one to another, then it is operating profit, dear student. And other income, interest on investment, dear student, interest on investment. Look at investment is 1 lakh 20,000. So 10% it is 12,000. 10% if you calculate it will be 12,000 and commission received 4,000 and commission receivable. Look at commission receivable 4,000 not yet received. So 4,000 it is 8,000 and discount receipt it is given in the question. So total income 31,000. This operating profit plus other income, then it is net profit. Dear student, I hope you understand how we can calculate the amount of net profit. Dear student, now your homework. Dear student, CQ5 from your books you will try to do at home inshallah. Next lecture I will solve this math for you. Stay home, stay safe, dear student. Thank you very much